Hey, thanks for pressing play and watching the Gouge. Real quick episode this time. Sorry, it's been about 2 weeks since I put out a video. Just had some major projects going on with my foundation. Obviously the holidays, the Memorial holiday being out there for my first sergeant who we lost in Iraq. But you know what? I'm back. My name is Lesley. I'm a United States Marine Corps combat veteran. I'm a Blackheart. Shout out to my Box 25 brothers out there. In this episode of the Gouge, I am bringing out some information about the Haqqani Network. Things that aren't being put out in the mainstream media, but you know what? Might make you want to question the loyalty of this administration to our great nation. But here's some similarities. Let's go back, because you know what? If you don't study history, we always repeat it. The major progressive movement that ended in the 1920s, President Woodrow Wilson was the one that pretty much just killed the progressive movement during that time. But here's some 3 bullet points, some similarities that we're seeing going on right here, right now with this administration. Number 1, American liberties were being attacked during that time under Wilson's administration, i.e. the attack on free speech. Guess what Harry Reid's doing right now? Put it out to you in another video, but you know what? They're trying to take away our ability to be able to exercise our freedom of speech. And you know what? It's going out all throughout the nation. I've actually spoke about it several times and held the City Council of Arlington here accountable for the simple fact that they're taking away our freedom of speech. Second bullet point that helped end a major progressive movement here in this nation is that Woodrow Wilson's administration and the progressive movement couldn't stop terrorist attacks here at home and abroad with our allies. You're starting to see the similarities, right? And at the same time, they were arresting American citizens without cause. Again, you don't study history, you're doomed to repeat it. And guess what we're doing right now with this administration? We're repeating the same failures that happened under the major progressive movement before the 1920s. 2 of the biggest depressions that hit this country were definitely linked to the progressive movement. But let's just move on. Just wanted to point that out to you, let you sit there, think back, and go, you know what, David? You got a point. But let's move on. The Haqqani Network. Why does that name sound so familiar? Well, you know what? The Haqqani Network held captive one of our U.S. soldiers for 5 years, Sergeant Bergeron. Granted, he was a deserter. I absolutely believe he was a deserter, and I absolutely expect the U.S. Army to try and court-martial him and put him away. Sorry for his parents. I don't care. You leave your brothers behind on the battlefield, you know what? You deserve to get buried somewhere. That's just my opinion. But the Haqqani Network, something that people aren't bringing up. How much did this president and this administration pay the Haqqani Network? Pay U.S. money, your money, taxpayer money. How much did they pay to get Sergeant Bergeron released? Here's why I bring this up. The Haqqani Network is a sub-autonomous group from the Taliban. They are insanely sophisticated as far as their financial standpoint, and they are one of the most diversified groups within the Taliban organization. The CIA and Pakistan intelligence were nurturing this group in the 1970s. We knew about that far away, 40 plus years. In the 1970s, they were nurturing them, building them up, supplying them, funding them money, because you know why? They were attacking the Soviet Union during the 1980s when the Soviets were at war with Afghanistan. At the same time, in the 1980s, there were major fundraisers going on through the Haqqani Network. They were getting financially diversified. And at the same time, they broke ground in major business sectors during this time. They have spent 30 plus years doing nothing but raising money. So how much did this administration pay to get back a U.S. deserter? They penetrated businesses within the import and export sector. They were in transport. They were in real estate. They were in construction in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and in the Arab Gulf. Construction was one of the major projects in Afghanistan. I know some of the contracts that I did with the Department of Defense, that was a major thing. Major key development for Afghanistan was construction. How much money did we pay them? How much money did we pay the Haqqani Network to help us build those roads? We'll never know. At the same time, they had a lot of criminal activity. Extortion, kidnapping, smuggling, and money laundering. This is an organization that all they care about is money. They care about finances. At the same time, we know they aided bin Laden and his escape to Pakistan. We know it. We've had tabs on them. We've been watching them. How much did this administration pay the Haqqani Network to get back a U.S. deserter? That's the question we need to be asking. Aside from the fact that he turned over 5 of the top leaders, put them in Qatar, and guess who's paying for their vacation for the next 5 years? In Qatar. We are. The American people. Taxpayer money is going to ensure that they live a lavish life for the next 12 months in one of the richest regions in the world. How much are you forking up? Guess what? The buying power of our dollar continues to be decreased because the national debt is skyrocketing because we're funding terrorists. Vacations in Qatar, regardless of whether you think they should be released or shouldn't be released, regardless of whether you believe Guantanamo should be closed or should remain open. Taxpayer money should not be used in order to fund any form of terrorist organizations, even a vacation when we release them from the prison. And this administration loves getting on Twitter, loves tweeting out things. Remember when they put out that hashtag back in Boko Haram, when they sit there and took those 200 Christian girls from that Christian academy in Nigeria and probably murdered who knows as many Christian boys, the students there at that academy? Guess what happened 2 days ago? This is how ineffective this administration is and how ineffective Twitter is when you want to hashtag things. 2 days ago, in the same region, Boko Haram kidnapped 20 more women, put them out on the black market, selling them as sex slaves, human trafficking. This is how incompetent this administration is, regardless of what we're seeing going on in Iraq, which is absolutely making everybody heated at this point in time. But you know what? Some food for thought for you. Just wanted to pass that out to you. I'm going to shorten the gouge quite a bit, get more people watching. I love getting into rants, but you know what? I definitely want to put some information out to you to make you think. Stand by next week. Tune into the Warrior Talk Radio. You'll sit there and hear me on. It's going to be at 2100 Eastern Time. I'm going to be talking with the insanely famous G.I. Gene. And we're going to have a huge talk about what's going on still with the VA that you're still not hearing about. The VA scandal has grown much, much wider than what people realize. And it's going to be a good time. Absolutely be a good time. Follow me on Facebook, david.m.lesley. Check out my foundation, the Tooth Wounded Project. I work with a lot of foundations here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I do a lot of promoting for them, helping out our combat veterans with PTSD. PTSD is a real thing. We need to sit there and help them. But that's all I got for you at the gouge. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for pressing play. And you know what? Can't wait to do another video and get some more information out to you. That's the gouge.